Archangel Michael says, "This moment has been written in silence and sealed with divine justice, now it unfolds before your eyes. The one who scoffed when you cried out in secret will be the one watched by many as their world begins to shake. The heavens have waited for this hour, and now, without any more delay, the tables are turning fast. You weren't weak, you were waiting. You weren't alone, you were protected. And now, you will no longer suffer in silence as the one who ridiculed your tears tastes the outcome of their mockery. The same mouth that dismissed your faith will now stutter in the face of your rising favor. Their laughter is about to choke on their own pride, as the light you carried silently is now blinding to those who tried to dim it. A collapse is not always loud. It can begin with something as small as silence returning to someone who once shouted insults into your soul. Today, their structure will lose its foundation, and only you were chosen to stand and watch it all unravel. Type Amen to get blessing 333. Your name was whispered in the presence of angels while theirs was written down for judgment. The difference was never in who had more. It was always in who had heaven's attention. And now, with a breath of divine wind, your justice begins its descent like thunder rolling across the mountains of time. The day they laughed, you bit your tongue and looked up. The night they spoke your name with poison, heaven recorded it with fire. They thought you were powerless because you were peaceful, but they never saw what you were carrying in silence. Your tears were not weakness, they were an offering. Every one that fell gave birth to fire in a place you could not see, and now that fire is moving toward the one who turned you into their joke. Your silence didn't protect them, it protected you from becoming like them. Type Amen to get blessing 444. Archangel Michael says, their crown is falling because it was never real. Yours was hidden, but now it's time to shine. What once was stolen from you, peace, dignity, stability, is coming back multiplied. You will receive in public what you lost in secret. They shook your foundation but did not break it. They mocked your belief, but your belief was never in man, it was sealed in something they could never touch. And now the thunder of that belief is echoing across their home, and it is shaking the lies they built on. Do not lower your head as they crumble, stand tall and still. You will not fight, heaven is fighting for you. Their collapse is the music of your breakthrough beginning. Type Amen to get blessing 555. You once sat quietly in a room while your name was spoken with dishonor. Now that same room is shaking because your truth is too loud to be denied anymore. What once hurt you will now prove how strong you've always been. Every word they spoke about your faith was written as evidence against them. They used your prayers as jokes, but your prayers had names, names of angels. And those angels are now circling the one who dared to treat your devotion as a game. They will not fall because you wished it, they will fall because they touched what heaven marked. Your soul is proof that the humble rise and the proud decay. Their arrogance did not go unnoticed, it went timed. Type Amen to get blessing 777. There's a shift in the atmosphere around you, have you felt it? It's not fear, it's vindication. It's the earth responding to the voice of justice that has waited patiently in silence. You were not forgotten, even though it looked like you were overlooked. In the shadows, something ancient and divine was watching, recording, and preparing. And today, it writes the final chapter of their games against you. You will not cry the way you once did. That era has closed. Their collapse begins the new dawn of your rising. Type Amen to get blessing 888. Archangel Michael says, the time for warnings has passed. Judgment has arrived and your vindication is in full motion. What they said in jest has turned into chains around their ankles, dragging them into what they created. This isn't your revenge, this is divine order balancing the scale. You didn't need to defend yourself because heaven chose you to witness, not to war. Your strength was in walking away when they tried to provoke you. Now they are shouting into silence, and no one is laughing back. The mockery they made out of your prayers has become the mirror they now fear to look in. You held on while they mocked, and now your hands are being filled while theirs are being emptied. And the heavens have drawn a circle around this hour. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Everything is moving now, like dominoes falling in a pattern only heaven could design. The very lies they told to keep others away from you are turning into confessions that will bring people closer to you. The power of silence is being understood now, because it was never weakness, it was strategic strength. The person who called you foolish for believing is now being humbled by the very thing they couldn't see. Your prayers created doors in realms they mocked. Now those doors are closing to them and opening to you. This isn't karma. This isn't coincidence. This is heaven's justice being carried out with perfect precision. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. They rose by stepping on others. You rose by kneeling in truth. And that's why your elevation will be permanent, and theirs will be short-lived. They never thought you'd see this moment, but you were chosen for it. You were handpicked not just to overcome, but to witness the fall that heaven orchestrated, not out of hate, but out of holy justice. Now their laughter is gone. Their support has vanished. And your time has arrived, not through revenge, but through revelation. Type Amen to get blessing 1111. Their collapse is not about you, but it does involve you. You were the target of their spiritual mockery, but heaven made you the evidence of what happens when favor is underestimated. The collapse has begun. They had time to stop. They had signs. But they chose pride, and pride always collapses at the feet of destiny. You didn't seek this, yet it found you because you were faithful when mocked. And now the storm is not on your house, it's on theirs. Type Amen to get blessing 1444. Archangel Michael says, this hour belongs to the faithful, not the loud. You didn't need crowds, platforms, or performance. You needed only your truth, and now that truth is roaring through everything they built on deception. You'll receive a call soon. It will come with news about the one who mocked you. It won't be cruel, it will be confirming. Stay silent when you hear it. Let the silence do what words could never do. Heaven is watching your response, stay in peace. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. You are not the same anymore. Your light has shifted. Your name is now protected in a way it never was before. They tried to curse your name in circles they thought you'd never reach. But now those same circles are being revisited with truth, and your name is being re-spoken with awe. Their collapse is also your cleansing. Forgive, but don't forget the lesson. Bless them, but never return to what broke you. You have grown wings in this wilderness. Type Amen to get blessing 2020. The next few days will reveal much. Whispers will become headlines. Secrets will become proof. You'll be tempted to say, "I told you so," but don't. Let your new life speak for you. Let your peace do what shouting never could. This was never about public payback, it was about sacred justice. And sacred justice is unfolding now like fire under the feet of liars. Type Amen to get blessing 2121. Stay grounded, chosen one. Do not become like those who tried to break you. Keep your focus, for greater things are ahead. This collapse is just the first wave. More truth will emerge, more exposure will come. But you will rise above it, untouched and unshaken. Your light will become so strong that even those who betrayed you will wish they'd believed in you instead. Keep going. You are walking through a gate few are allowed to enter. Type Amen to get blessing 2323. Your name is on the list of the redeemed. Their name is being erased from power they abused. The switch is divine, and no man can undo it. It was never about who laughed first, it's always about who stands last. And you, chosen one, are still standing. You'll feel it soon, the peace, the breakthrough, the divine reversal. It's all yours now. Type Amen to get blessing 2444. Their season has ended. Yours is only beginning. Watch with grace, for heaven has made you a witness. And remember, the one who mocked your prayer has now become the lesson to everyone watching. Type Amen to get blessing 3333. You are now entering the stage where your steps are guided with divine precision. No longer delayed, no longer hidden, no longer questioned, only elevated. The one who tried to cast shadows over your light will now see it rise above their reach. The collapse will not be loud to the world, but in their heart, it will be thunder. Their comfort will turn to confusion. Their certainty will dissolve into silence. They will begin to feel everything they said return to them, but heavier, deeper, unshakable. The same walls they hid behind will now close in on them. You, however, will walk out of your pain like a phoenix rising. Type Amen to get blessing 2666. There will be a moment, a quiet one, where your name will be spoken in a room full of silence, and it will echo with respect. That moment is near. Those who judged you will now reference your strength. You didn't know it, but your prayers caused tremors in invisible places. And those tremors have finally hit the surface. This isn't magic, it's divine motion. What's collapsing is not just their pride, it's every door they closed on you. And those doors are now opening like the sky at dawn. Type Amen to get blessing 2888. They said you prayed too much. They said you believed too deeply. But now, those same beliefs are becoming your reality. And theirs? A fragile tower built on ego, now breaking in slow motion. You are not rising to gloat, you are rising because you were chosen. Archangel Michael says, "Be still and watch, for the hand of heaven has moved, and no enemy can stop it now." Their collapse is confirmation that you weren't wrong to believe. You were ahead of your time. Type Amen to get blessing 3030. You never needed their approval. You needed their betrayal, to unlock the next phase of your journey. And now that phase is here, glowing with power, shining with purpose. The person who mocked your faith will now watch you walk into rooms they were once sure you'd never enter. Their disbelief in you created the path for your distinction. They threw stones. Heaven built a castle with them. And now, that castle is rising from within you. Type Amen to get blessing 3131. Their fall is not because of you, but it will happen before you. And that, chosen one, is the prophecy now fulfilled. You were sent into their life as a mirror, but they chose to shatter it. And now, they're standing in the shards of their own doing. You, on the other hand, are being raised up like dawn over the sea. Do not look back, even when you hear the sound of their structure falling. Let the collapse be your closure. Type Amen to get blessing 3222. This is not the time for guilt. This is not the time for revenge. This is your time to breathe. The world will see what faith does in silence. They will witness how heaven rewards the one who does not retaliate. They laughed when you said you were protected. Now they're whispering, asking who protects you. Let them wonder. Type Amen to get blessing 3344. You're not returning to what broke you. You're moving forward with the power of survival and the shine of grace. The past has no more weight on your name. You were the seed they buried. But they forgot that seeds grow in the dark. And now you're blooming in a season they can no longer stop. This is your appointed moment. Their collapse is just the beginning of your rise. Type Amen to get blessing 3555. You were marked for something sacred. They tried to treat it like a joke. But what is divine can never be dismissed forever. You carried the storm so that heaven could give you the sky. And now the sky is opening. What they mocked you for is now your miracle. The sound of their laughter has ended. The sound of your future has begun. Type Amen to get blessing 3666. You will see their mask fall. Not through gossip. Not through rumors. But through divine unveiling. What was hidden behind their smirks, the schemes and the lies, will now come to light. And everyone who believed their version of you will now meet the truth. Your truth. Pure. Quiet. Undeniable. Type Amen to get blessing 3777. You won without clapping back. You rose without needing a crowd. And now, the very heavens that saw you weep in secret are preparing to honor you in public. They didn't see you coming. But heaven did. And heaven has cleared your path. You are about to walk into fulfillment while they try to fix foundations that can no longer stand. Type Amen to get blessing 3888. Archangel Michael says, their tongue became their trap. What they released against you is what will now wrap around them. You never had to touch their name, because heaven already marked it. It's not cruel. It's not bitter. It's the law of divine justice. What you suffered was not random. What you're about to walk into was reserved for a time such as this. Type Amen to get blessing 3939. You were delayed, not denied. You were hidden, not discarded. And now the revelation is about to thunder through the very places they tried to exclude you from. Your presence will speak without a word. Your story will echo without a sound. You will become the blessing they swore would never arrive. Watch carefully. The pieces are falling into place, on both sides of this story. Type Amen to get blessing 4040. Everything you endured has shaped you into a force. The collapse you witness is not revenge, it's release. Let go of needing them to understand. Let go of hoping they'll say sorry. You've graduated beyond their comprehension. Their opinions were never the measurement. Their mockery was never the truth. And now, truth is standing tall in the form of you. Type Amen to get blessing 4141. They thought they had the final say. But the final say comes from a throne above the skies. And that throne has declared, you were always the one. You are entering a season where you will eat from the table prepared in the presence of those who said you would starve. Their words are fading. Your reality is rising. You were the lesson they refused to learn. And now heaven is teaching it in a language they can't ignore. Type Amen to get blessing 4242. Let them talk. Let them question. Let them stare. They can't touch what they can't understand. And they'll never understand the level of favor about to unfold over your life. Chosen one, you were meant to witness. And now, the moment has come where you will watch and not worry. Type Amen to get blessing 4444. This was never about vengeance. This was about vision. And the vision is now clearer than ever. Their collapse is not your victory, it's your confirmation. You didn't need them to fall to rise. But their fall proves you never needed them at all. Keep your crown steady. You earned it with silence. And now you'll wear it with honor. Type Amen to get blessing 4545. Soon, you will be remembered not for what they said, but for what you overcame. The weight is lifting. The curse is broken. And the one who mocked your prayers, is now learning the power they never respected. You were chosen to watch, not to fight. You were chosen to shine, not to explain. And your time is now. Type Amen to get blessing 4646. You will walk past the ruins of what once seemed unshakable. But you won't look back with bitterness, you'll look forward with power. The dust from their downfall will not touch your clothes. The very name they used to mock you will now become a warning for others not to repeat the same error. You are a living testimony, not of revenge, but of righteous reversal. You were chosen not just to rise, but to watch the false thrones fall. They mocked your silence, but that silence was filled with heaven's fire. And now, that fire has reached their doorstep, burning every lie they built their image on. Their pride was loud, but your truth was louder. Type Amen to get blessing 4747. They used your faith to amuse themselves. Now your faith is the very thing shaking the ground beneath their feet. They underestimated the power of belief, especially when it's wrapped in grace. The God they denied is the one unraveling their schemes. The angels they ignored are the ones lifting you higher. This was never random, it was ordained. You were meant to survive the storms they sent, so you could witness the floods that returned to them. This is the hour where the winds turn in your favor. Type Amen to get blessing 4848. Every delay you endured, every silent cry, every betrayal. They all built the stage for this moment. The collapse is loud, not because it hurts them, but because it reveals the truth they hid so well. Now the world will see the cost of mocking a heart that was pure. Now the world will understand the danger of treating prayers like jokes. The days ahead will be filled with revelation. Names will be revealed. Deeds will be exposed. Type Amen to get blessing 4949. Archangel Michael says, "Their tower was made of sand, but your promise is made of stone. You stood when they tried to bury you in disgrace. And now the ground they walked on is sinking under the weight of their own falsehood. The one who gossiped about your devotion will soon find themselves surrounded by silence. The crowd that once laughed with them will disappear. You will see them trying to repair what they destroyed themselves. But their repair will come too late. The judgment has already begun. And your role now is to walk forward, not backwards." Type Amen to get blessing 5050. You may feel compassion, and that's good. But don't confuse compassion with returning to what tried to kill your spirit. You are free now. The pain they caused became your wings. And those wings are lifting you to heights they can no longer reach. Let them feel what they created. Let them sit with the echoes of their own cruelty. You were marked to witness, not to fix. Type Amen to get blessing 5111. This collapse has a spiritual meaning. It's not just about them losing things, it's about justice rising. Justice for the prayers they laughed at, for the tears they mocked, for the soul they tried to shatter. Their house will now echo with memories they can't erase. And your name will return to their thoughts, but not with laughter. With regret. Let that regret stay where it belongs. You are stepping into restoration. Their fall is not your fuel, it's your freedom. Type Amen to get blessing 5222. There are people who will come to you with stories about their downfall. Don't entertain it too long. Listen, nod, and move forward. You are not the one to rescue them from the mess they created. You are the one chosen to rise from the ashes they tried to push you into. Your power is too precious to be dragged back into their chaos. Let them learn. Let them burn in the lessons they ignored when you tried to warn them. Type Amen to get blessing 5333. You were not petty for protecting your peace. You were prophetic for leaving when it was time. And now the heavens are rewarding your obedience with evidence. That evidence is showing up in doors opening. In chains breaking. In your peace increasing. While they struggle to hold together their crumbling world, you will be building a new one. One without lies. One without fear. Type Amen to get blessing 5444. The people who believed their lies will now return with questions. But you won't need to explain. Your life will speak. Let your blessings be your voice. Let your elevation be your answer. And let your peace be your boundary. You've crossed the line from survivor to sovereign. And the old you is no longer available for their games. Type Amen to get blessing 5550. Archangel Michael says, "You did not choose this battle, it chose you because it knew you would endure." They did not know how protected you were. But now they do. Every word they used against your faith is now returning to them in silence. They mocked prayers they never understood. Now they face a reality they never prepared for. Don't rejoice in their pain, but don't carry their weight either. You were never the villain they painted. You were the vessel heaven used. Type Amen to get blessing 5666. The collapse you're witnessing is spiritual first. It began in the invisible long ago. Now it is showing up in the physical. Broken deals. Lost relationships. Closed doors. All of it is the unraveling of a false power structure that once seemed untouchable. Let it fall. Let it break. Let the lies crumble. Because from that dust, a new season is rising for you. Type Amen to get blessing 5777. You're not just witnessing their fall, you're stepping into your crowning. Your crown has been waiting in the hands of angels. And now it's being placed on your head. You are not who they said you were. You are not what they mocked. You are royalty in the spirit realm, and now even the earth must recognize it. Walk in this grace with your head lifted. This is not revenge, it is release. Type Amen to get blessing 5888. Soon, you'll no longer need to explain your breakthrough. They will see it, feel it, and remember how they treated you. Let that be your closure. Let that be your calm. And let heaven's decision speak for itself. Type Amen to get blessing 5999. You are now standing on holy ground, ground they tried to kick you off of. But it was always yours. They couldn't steal it, they could only delay your arrival. Now you are here. And the air is different. The weight is lighter. Because you have been lifted into a season they no longer belong to. Type Amen to get blessing 6006. The fall you've witnessed is only a glimpse of what was hidden. More truth will come out. More masks will be removed. But you don't need to wait for it. You've already received your release. Let them be who they are. You, chosen one, stay who you've become. And keep walking forward, because heaven isn't finished showing off what you survived. Type Amen to get blessing 6111.